lands to the seas. Life's an endless mystery. Stamp your passport one more time. Every place a new sublime. Smiles and stories we will share. Adventures waiting everywhere.
Hello, America. It's Dave Galvin, TV's Dave Galvin, back with you for some more travel secrets. Today we're going to tackle airport and flying travel secrets. Things that can actually help you get through the airport or help you a little bit in your flying adventures. But before we do that, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the follow or subscribe button wherever you're getting this, whether it's a podcast or whether it's on a video, whether it's on your YouTubes, your Instagrams, or your Tickety Talks. So the first thing you're going to do is let's talk about booking real quick. Book your flights on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Airlines will often release deals on Monday nights. I've also, you're going to find that traveling on Wednesdays are usually less expensive if you fly, mainly because, well, less people fly on Wednesdays, coincidentally. Always look for the Wednesday price when you are buying your airplane ticket. Here's what most people already know. When you are packing your bags, you don't want to fold your clothes, you want to roll them. You'll actually save some space and you'll reduce wrinkles. Also, be sure to weigh your bag at home on just a basic scale. The airline will charge you extra if you're like 1 ounce over their weight limit. It makes very little sense, but it's just something that they do. Some people have been known to use a pill organizer for small items such as jewelry, earplugs, even vitamins. I use a pill organizer because I take 23 pills a day to stay alive. Here's an interesting one. Mark your bag as fragile. You're more than likely to get handled with a little bit of care. And sometimes it'll come out early at baggage claim. I always like to check in online as early as humanly possible. I just find it more convenient, and sometimes you get a better seat selection. Bring an empty water bottle. Fill it up after you get past TSA and avoid those overpriced drinks. Here's something that I do. You are allowed to bring a personal item with you of a certain size, bag-wise. They can't tell women that women can bring purses. That men can't, because that's sexist and we don't want that. What they do is they say, okay, everyone can bring one personal item on board with them. Okay. I fill that personal item with food. Seriously, I just fill it with food. Once I get past TSA, it's legal to bring sandwiches across TSA. You can't bring liquids over a certain amount. Was it 3.8 ounces? Yeah. You can't bring more than 3.8 ounces over past TSA in America. So what I do is I literally just bring a bag full of sandwiches and snacks and whatever. It depends on how long my flight is. At the same time, I need my caffeine, so I just go ahead and purchase a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi on the other side of TSA. I pay their stupid prices. But if you drink water, bring an empty water bottle. That's perfectly legal as long as it's got nothing in it. You can avoid the high overpriced drink prices when you go to a water fountain. They usually have one for your water bottle right there. Doesn't cost you a dime. Here's another thing I do. I have a vest that I wear. My wife sewed pockets into the vest. And in the pockets, I put mostly my lightweight electronic things, my phone cables, my battery backups for my phone, like this. I place it in there and I wear it because they cannot tell you, the airlines that is, can't tell you that you can't have anything in your pockets. Okay, then you have to put it in your carry-on, therefore you don't have enough space, it costs more money, and et cetera, et cetera. So that was my cheat around it. I had my wife just sew in some pockets onto the vest, on the inside lining. If you don't know how to sew, you can go to pretty much any dry cleaner and say, hey, I want to put pockets on a big pocket in here. Tell them what you're trying to do. And they'll be like, yeah, we know how to do it. And they'll charge you maybe $20 or so. Maybe 30 to get that pocket in there for you to put stuff in. It's not like you have to really hide anything. Like you're not trying to hide anything. It's a pocket. Just put it full of stuff and make sure you don't put food in it, because when you lean back, you're just going to squish it. But make sure that You don't have to pay those extra fees because that's horrible. If you fly often, consider getting TSA Fast Pass. I got it and it's really cool. What's TSA Fast Pass? You go to an office with your ID, they fingerprint you, they take pictures, etc., etc. They run a quick background check on you. Well, it's not too quick. For me, it took a month and a half. My wife, it took like 2 weeks. For me, it was a month and a half. And what ends up happening is you can go through a shorter line at the airport, and you don't have to take off your shoes, you don't have to take off your belt, any of that, and they just scan your ID and they go, oh, you're Fast Pass. Okay, and you just quickly walk through security. It gets you through the line noticeably faster. I wouldn't exactly call it a life change, but it is nice if you fly quite often. It was about $80. It's good for about 2 years. It's a nice feature. Make sure you download all your content ahead of time, whether it's a book, it's a movie, a TV show, whichever, and you use it on a tablet or something with a larger screen. Watching a movie on your phone is a pain in the butt, especially if you're old like me and your sight's not the greatest. Get yourself a tablet, even if it's a cheap one, just to download a TV show or a movie or something to help you kill time. It's a pain in the butt just sitting there in those uncomfortable seats for 5 hours or whatever. I fly from Oregon to Florida a few times a year, and it's 5.5 hours nonstop one way. That goes by really slow, and you just sit there and you're just like, oh, when is this flight over? It's just brutal. And the chairs get less comfortable with each passing year on my lower back. No joke. Get yourself a cheap tablet. You can buy them used on Craigslist for $20-30. They're not that expensive. And when you're at home, you connect to your Wi-Fi and download to whatever streaming device you have, and you can just download something to pass the time, something to get you going. Here's another tip. I always have these wireless earbuds. I think everybody has these things now. Make sure you bring a pair or two of wired earbuds. I go to the Dollar Tree and I picked up a couple of them. I keep them in my carry-on. Sometimes I'll forget to, charge these, and I'll be like, oh, crap. What am I going to do? I can't hear my show. So then I whip out the wired ones. They're not the greatest in the quality in the world, but guess what? For $1.25, I'm not going to complain. And at least it helps me pass the time a little bit more. I've also gotten to the age where I got to put the closed captioning on because I can't hear everything that's being said over the noise of the plane engine. So if you're old like me, get that closed captioning working. And one of our last ones is to use a travel credit card if you do travel frequently. Just sign up for one that will work with your airline. Alaska Airlines, for example, has their own credit card. They give you a pitch while you're sitting there at the gate. Hey, sign up for our credit card. The cool thing about it is you do earn points to actually give you discounts on your flights. So you'll get a cheaper flight. Secondly, it can also help you with the lounge. I know you're saying the lounge. Yeah, it's kind of all the rage these days with certain people. They go and wait in the Alaska lounge or whatever airline lounge, and they earn so many points they can just sit there and it's a little quieter, and there's food, and there's sometimes there's a shower, and there's a nicer bathroom, and all that stuff. And don't just use the lounge if you have access to it. Don't just use it for before your departure. You can use it for your arrival too, to just kind of sneak in, grab a bite before you catch your Uber to wherever you're headed to. It's actually a nice little place to sort of take the stress off you before you get on with life. And that's this week's Thursday episode of Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin. Be sure to click that like button, the follow button, or the subscribe, whichever you have on whatever device you're listening to. We've been getting some really good numbers on this podcast lately. I've been very pleased with how it's growing. So thank you very much. And if you want to contact me and suggest a topic for us, you can email us at contact@timeforyourvacation.com. I'll have it posted right down below. And of course, don't forget timeforyourvacation.com and davethetourguide.com.